Hi, welcome to another video. So, a lot of things happened in the last few days regarding AI editors. One of the major news events in recent days was the merger of Cursor and Supermaven. Yes, guys, the extension I used to like for autocompletion and even recommended in a Cursor alternative video ended up merging with Cursor. I don't know what's happening, but as soon as that happened, I went ahead and uninstalled Supermaven from my extensions and installed Codeium, which was great. It was also free, and it was as fast as Supermaven, but actually better in most cases. Then something happened. Maybe I'm blessed or something, guys, because Codeium launched their own new AI editor called Windsurf. Yes, so it's their new Cursor competitor, you could say. They say it's the first agentic IDE, which I can't confirm because everyone claims that. But they also say that Windsurf is where the work of developers and AI truly flows together, allowing for a coding experience that feels like literal magic. Now, the main thing it has over Cursor and other AI editors is that it uses flows, which I tried to understand. It was above my pay grade, I believe, or it was just the same as Cursor and other systems like Cline or something. Basically, from what I understand, it means that it has the context of your stuff and can analyze files and everything, which is great. Every AI editor is doing that these days. Now, Windsurf is the Cursor competitor. So, we also needed a composer competitor inside the editor. So, they made Cascade. It can do multi-file editing, run commands, and has full contextual awareness. It has the same / commands, and obviously better autocomplete than Cursor, because it just uses Codeium's autocomplete, which is really good. But now comes the pricing, and whether it will be free or not. So, first of all, the price if you pay for it is going to be $10, which is obviously 50% less than Cursor's pricing, which is great. It also seems you don't have any limits on it, even after paying, because you can make unlimited requests, which is great. But there's also going to be a free tier. In the free tier, you'll get most of the stuff, but you'll only get Cascade in read-only mode, which means it cannot do edits, but you can chat. Basically, this is not as good of a free tier, because the things you are getting here are a little bit better than Cursor. But when you consider what you can do with free APIs these days, it just doesn't make sense to use it as a free tool. You can probably just install Codeium and use that in your editor rather than installing the whole editor. I would have really liked it if they gave us an option to use our own API keys and our own endpoints with Llama or something. That would make it so much better for free users. But obviously, who's listening to the free guys, right? But at least, for now, you're getting 2 weeks of free pro usage as soon as you download it. So, let's try it out and see for ourselves how well it works. By the way, if you're wondering, yes, it's a VS Code fork. I think VS Code might become one of the most forked repos ever. Anyway, you can download it on Windows, Linux, and Mac OS. I downloaded it, and once you install it, you'll be asked for some setup options. Just select what you want, and it will ask you to create an account, which I did. And this is what it looks like. One of the first things I do with VS Code is scale it up because I just can't look at a teeny tiny thing on my screen and code. So, I scaled it up, and one thing I noticed is that the scaling is not as good as the original VS Code. It seems they have added some padding over the whole sidebar, which makes the icons smaller, and it just weirds out my eyes. But that's a nitpick. Anyway, here you have a pretty similar looking interface to VS Code, along with Cascade, where you can see these 3 models: GPT-4o, Claude 3.5 Sonnet, and Cascade Base. You can either open a folder here or just ask it to make something from scratch, which is good. You also have the right model, which you can toggle on or off as you see fit. Let's start with something simple. I've made this new Next.js app, and I have it opened here. Now I want it to make me a note-taking app with a rich text editor. I want it to store all the data in local storage, and it should look sleek and modern. Let's see how well it can do it. Okay, it's doing that now. Let's wait a bit. And it's now done. So, I think I now get why it's different from Cursor. Cursor, from what I've seen, generates code, and then you need to hit the apply button and stuff. But this just does it automatically like Aider or Cline, and you just need to hit accept at the end, which is great. It can also run terminal commands and everything as well. Actually, the read-only mode is comparable to Composer, so even on the free tier, you should probably have a really good experience. Anyway, at the final step, it asks you to accept what it has generated, and once you do, it gets saved. Now let's just run it and see. Okay, this looks pretty good, although the title and stuff are in a light gray color, which makes it a little invisible, but it works. Although, if I select another note, the title changes, but the content doesn't. So, I asked it to fix it, and it started doing that. And it's now done. If I look at it, then the content changing stuff is now fixed, although the color remains the same. So, let's just ask it to fix that again. Okay, it's now done. If we look at it, then that's also now fixed. I think this looks pretty amazing. I think this is really great, to be honest, and very similar to Cline from what I can see. It can run commands, detect errors, and handle stuff properly, and it's far superior to Cursor's Composer for sure. The read-only mode of this is comparable to Cursor, as that gives you the apply option and such. So, the free version might actually beat Cursor, to be honest. Some more things you can do include getting the autocomplete features with the Codeium model, and you can also generate stuff inline using the models you have access to. You also have the options to explain, refactor, and other stuff as well. It also has commands to reference files and other features similar to Cline. I also tried to use it with my previous panels created with Cline, and I tried to change some stuff in it, and it handled that pretty well. So, it works well with previously created apps as well. So, I think if you're looking for something like Cursor, this is actually an insanely better option for sure. I can't say much about the free tier yet, because it's currently just giving out Pro, and after 2 weeks, I'll probably be able to tell what the free tier is like. But, for sure, if I were going to use an AI editor, I'd probably use this because it's $10 cheaper and also has unlimited requests, unlike Cursor. Let me know if you guys want me to make a video where I create a full stack app with it. Anyway, Cursor alternatives are surely catching up, and I think there are now much better alternatives than Cursor these days. Overall, it's pretty cool. Anyway, let me know your thoughts in the comments. If you liked this video, consider donating to my channel through the Super Thanks option below, or you can also consider becoming a member by clicking the join button. Also, give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. I'll see you in the next video. Till then, bye.